My cheating ex is trying to get me to be a father to her affair partner's son, after he ghosted them. Okay, to cut a long story short, I meet my ex at a mutual friend party, and we got together. 6 months into the relationship she got pregnant and had my son Peter. When Peter was 1 year old, I caught her cheating with her friend. I found out later, they had been sleeping with each other on and off ever since we got together. I kicked her out. I was blindsided, not going to lie. She had no remorse for what she did. I wanted to completely cut her off. But I had Peter to consider. Despite her being a cheater, she is a good mother, I'll give her that, and adored him. So for my son's sake, I reluctantly put away my pride and agreed to co-parent Peter. She moved in with her affair partner. She then announced she was pregnant. I said good luck. She said there a possibility I could be the father as me and her were intimate during the time she was cheating on me. Got the DNA test and I am not his father. It also got me worried about Peter, and I got him tested too. I was relieved that he is mine. Anyway, to the present, Peter is now 6. His brother Daniel is 5. I didn't really have any interaction with Daniel as my ex hardly bring him with her when dropping off Peter. But the times he did come, he mostly stayed in the car. My ex dropped Peter off to me and she looked like she had been crying. Before I could ask if she was okay, she left. It was Peter who told me that Daniel's daddy hadn't come home for a long time and his mother had been crying the whole time he's been at her place. This bothered me, because I didn't want my son around these dramas. I was going to talk to ex about this when she showed up to pick up my son. When she did, she had Daniel and he got out and ran to me and hugged my legs and said, "Hi daddy." I was a bit taken aback. I just awkwardly patted his head and gently told him I'm not your daddy, sorry. He looked at me confused and said, "Ex said you're my new daddy." I looked at my ex and she avoided looking at me. I told Peter to show Daniel his room. Ex didn't say anything. When they went into the house, I said, "What the hell are you telling that boy?" She broke down crying and said her affair partner had ghosted them a month ago and she doesn't know where he is. Daniel had been asking where his dad is and so she told him that I'm his new dad now. I got angry and told her I'm not his dad. She said but I can be and that he needs a father. I told her to go find his real father then. She just kept crying and then got into her car and left without Daniel. I tried calling her, but she wouldn't answer. Daniel came out asking where she went, looking frightened. I told him she'd be back and he started crying. In desperation, I rang ex-parents and they showed up to pick up Daniel. I explained what happened and they apologized. I was angry and called my sister and told her and she said, "I mean, is it really that much of a problem that you be there for him? He is innocent in all this and he is Peter's brother, just think about it." I hung up. Problem is I have been thinking about it and it's really messing with my head. I know he's innocent but it's not my job, is it? The OP's account has since been deleted. Comment 1. Sorry but I'm going to be blunt, it takes a village to raise a child and I believe that, but that child was made of bad choices, not a deceased parent in combat or illness. That boy's responsibility is the mother's and her deadbeat lover. You reap what you sow, that child is not your responsibility. Do not let the narrative tell you what to do, trust your hunter-gatherer masculine gut that tells you no way no how. You know this. Keep the faith and raise your kid to be a good man.
Comment 2. Please call your sister and ask how many days a week she will keep the child, and how much money she is willing to part with, because the child is innocent, right? I'm just wondering how she will react.
Comment 3. Don't invite that responsibility in your life. She messy around and now finding out. Sure, Daniel is innocent, but so are you. A lot of people are innocent, that doesn't mean they are our responsibility. Raising children is expensive and takes a lot out of you. Plus, she sounds like a give an inch, take a mile kind of person. Don't give her anything, doubtful she will stop fucking around in the future, and if you take on her responsibilities it will never end. Comment 4. It is not your job, and your ex is being terribly cruel to Peter, Daniel and you by telling Daniel that. Tell your ex she needs a lawyer, and to get after the AP for child support. If you want to be kind, talk to a family therapist about the best way to talk about this with Peter, Daniel and your ex to make it clear that you are only Peter's daddy.